Hello students, we'll be dealing with statistical analysis, correlation, variance and tests. So statistical analysis, correlation, variance and tests. We are going to see introduction, meaning and definitions, single variance of the correlation, types of variables, degree of association, correlation tests, summary. The learning objectives of this session are to study the interrelationship between two or more variables, to study the degree of correlation between variables, introduction. Correlation refers to the relationship of two or more variables. For example, there exists some relationship between the height of the father and the height of the son, price and demand, wage and price index, yield and rainfall, and so on. So, correlation is a statistical analysis which measures and analyzes the degree or extent to which two variables fluctuate with reference to each other. Meaning and definition. The association of any two variants is known as correlation. Correlation analysis attempts to determine the degree of relationship between variables. The correlation expresses the relationship or interdependence of two sets of variables upon each other. Significance of study of correlation. Correlation is very useful to economists to study the relationship between variables like price and quantity. Correlation analysis helps in measuring the degree of relationship between the variables like supply and demand, price and supply, income and expenditure, etc. The effect of correlation is to reduce the range of uncertainty of our prediction. Types of variables. So there are two types of variables. One is dependent variables and next is independent variables. In the type of correlation, we have positive correlation, null or zero correlation, and negative correlation. So, correlation between the monthly income and the years of service. This is an example given here. We have another example here. Degree of association. Simple correlation coefficient is the most popular statistical measure that indicates the relationship between the two variables. The correlation coefficient ranges from +1 to -1. If the value is +1, there is a perfect positive relation. But if the value is -1, a perfect negative relationship or a perfect inverse relationship is indicated. If the value is 0, no relationship is indicated. Correlation tests. The correlation tests are Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation, Charles Persman's coefficient of correlation, which is also called a rank order correlation, gamma coefficient, which is depicted as G, capital G, Yule's coefficient of correlation. So, the summary of this session is the value of correlation coefficient lies between +1 and -1. If coefficient value is +1, it is a perfect positive correlation, and if it is -1, it indicates perfect negative correlation. For zero value, no correlation exists. Thus, correlation between different variables can be studied. Thank you.